I think Mark, whoever Mark was, I think he was just some baptized Christian who knew a little bit of the scriptures. Because I think you probably had to be baptized to really, like, get to know the story. I think Christians were mostly... Well, this comes a little bit later, but, you know, I'm just trying to get the weirdness of it all. I think Christians were mostly, like, doing things like carrying around bones and being like, these bones are alive, do you believe? As a way to, like, excite the spirit in people, the mystery of God. These bones are alive. Do you believe they're fucking bones, or dead ass fucking bones sitting in your hands? No, I don't believe. Because you have no faith, you have no charity. Anyway, I think Mark was just some baptized Christian who knew a little bit of the scriptures. The stories you learn when you actually got baptized into the cult. And it's just supposed to be this mystical tale of the Christ story. You know, there's visions that people were getting, these Jews were getting. Paul talks about it, you know, like, if you look at the kind of thing that was going on, it's like they had these little Jewish cults where they would get overcome, but they would do the laying on of hands, and you would be overcome by the Spirit. And then, you know, you start prophesying and stuff, you know. You start sharing gifts with each other, spiritual gifts, in faith and charity and goodwill. And I think Mark was just writing some mystical account of the basic story that hadn't been fucking solidified yet. And that's why it ends with nobody says anything to anyone. The women ran away because they were afraid. It's just some mystical thing. And fucking... I think Matthew was like a priest or something, you know. I think everybody else had some position in the fucking church. You know, they were official deacons, priests. I think Matthew was like... specifically trying to fix Mark, to make it clear how Jewish God is and how loving you have to be as a Christian. That if you're not loving, I don't care about the faith. Of course it's faith alone in a really naive sense. Of course it is. I don't care about that. Matthew is trying to make it clear that you need to be a really good person to be a Christian. And he's trying to fix Mark, who's just trying to be like, listen to this mystery, it'll blow your fucking mind, dude. You know, he was overcome with the Spirit, and he just needed to evangelize. This crazy, this whole story will blow your fucking mind, dude. This is crazy. He just wanted people to feel that love that you feel when you get the Spirit. And Matthew was like, he tried to fix it. And then that went around, and I think Luke is just like a good faith. Luke is a very faithful attempt to actually, like, make a history. I think Luke is the only one who's trying to do history, I don't want to call it good faith because he's very religious about it. He's a pious fraud. But very faithful. I think he was approaching it like I think he is trying to do a history very poorly. And I think John was a fucking bishop who was like, John is Matthew, but like by an actual fucking apostle, maybe even, possibly. He was like, no. I think John is the authoritative gospel. Anyway, who knows? Who knows anything? That's what my gut tells me.